What is up, guys? This is 19 Guy Fate here, back with a final review, the reunion for season 6. Love is Blind, guys. You guys got your EpiPens ready? This was a really good reunion, man. A lot of stuff going on. The people in the back, the guests, the people who are on the show, they're getting ready. They're fixing up their hair, getting their makeup. They're ready for the tea. They got their best dress ready to come in, go guns blazing. And yeah, there's a lot of highlights, from definitely the fight with SarahAnn and freaking and Laura, all that stuff, man. Just a bunch of like crazy stuff going on. Um, Edie talking about she's reconnecting with Matthew. And of course, my favorite part of the whole reunion was how Clay, was talking about how he respected Brett for being a real positive like black man and being a positive husband really for him to see. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. It's a very long very long show, very long reunion. But yeah, man, it was pretty wild, guys. um so they bring out the contestants, right? Or they bring out the guests, they bring out the people from the show. Everyone is clapping, audience, everybody's going good. And I think Nick Milachet asks AD to pick a number between 1 and 14. And she picks 4 as the favorite. And by the way, that's my favorite number. And then he said, we noticed that you're not wearing your fingernail polish, your red fingernail polish, so apparently no red flags. That was pretty good. Just to get the ball rolling a little bit. Um, Jeremy is with Sarah Ann, and she walks out. Let me see. I have a couple of pictures here. I think I'm ready for you guys. Let's see. Yeah, we got Sarah Ann right here. Let's bring her out. Let me see if I can extend that. But Sarah Ann, man, this was really shiesty, man. This was amazingly crazy. I gotta say, did you guys see this fight? This was the most toxic part of the whole thing. I think Sarah Ann battling with Laura through Zoom, and then what's her name chiming in, picking up then what's her name, yeah, there she is. Jessica basically saying, you're to pick me. And everybody, you're to pick me. You're to pick me. No, you're to pick me. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? Like, it was sick. I mean, this is how the show really kicked off. This was the first thing. And this was explosive. You could see some people in the audience. I think we had, yeah, look at Kwame. Kwame's like looking hella uncomfortable and stuff. He's like, damn, they ready to throw explosives and ready to throw grenades at each other. So it was quite tumultuous, to say the least. Um, and apparently was Jessica chimed in. You have Kwame on the thing, and then never before seen a scene of Laura and Sarah Ann. The message that was sent, um, and Sarah Ann apologized about it. She said she wanted to get a text message. Let me just they had a scene right here. Is it this one? Yeah, this one right here where they were showing the scene at the lake. This was a whole new thing that they didn't show before. And then apparently Sarah Ann was apologizing about it and everything. Um, she said that she wanted to get the text message off her chest before they actually got married. Apparently, Jeremy said he is not worse than Jimmy. And Jimmy stated that when he had a tough day in the pods, it felt like days or hours in hopelessness. And the guys, all the guys, other guys picked him up emotionally, but Jimmy said at least he can sleep at night. Jeremy said at least he can sleep at night knowing that he's not the villain of the season. So that was kind of a shady thing for Jeremy to say towards Jimmy. Um, but something about they also went ahead and they talked about you know Sarah Ann getting her icy reception when she walked into the lake with the other members. And man, it popped off again with Sarah Ann and Jessica, and I think even Chelsea chimed in as a little bit as well. So that was kind of crazy, man. I think Chelsea said, and this was super funny. Chelsea said, the reason why you got a basically an icy reception is because um, you unfollow the girls, then you follow their fiancés on social media. And then even Jessica said she removed Sarah Ann from the group chat. Then that was hilarious. Then the cliche said, "Have any of you seen Jeremy since after the show?" And again, Chelsea again now says and exclaims that every pretty much every month I see him and every time I see him, they're broken up, and everyone in the crowd was shocked. So that was kind of crazy to you know to kind of witness. That was kind of hilarious too. Um, Laura said that she is dating someone, and then she apologized for the bean dip comment. This is kind of crazy. Oh yeah, and this little picture right here is where this Sarah Ann went on social media. She made a post about saying that something about like we did a good job acting, or this is for entertainment. um so that's when Nick Lachey kind of chimed in, and he was like, yo, is this all for entertainment? Was this real love? What is so that was something that was kind of worth mentioning. I actually didn't even have that in my notes here. Yeah. And then shortly afterwards, your boy Trevor walks in. Trevor, crazy boy Trevor walks in like Hulkamania. But this guy is so awkward. So awkward. Even the way he dresses is he's he's not dressed very well. Everybody, like, his shirt doesn't look iron. He just his belt is not his pants is not on his belt properly. Like, he just looks awkward, and he's kind of like fumbling himself. And I think basically they went ahead and showed his text messages with a girl like he had basically was with before the show even started, and he even said that he was gonna marry the girl. Um, I think I have a little bit of text message. Yeah, there it is. And then the whole pumpkin conversation, and but what? And he said that it's some kind of toxic relationship he's in, and it was wild. It was kind of weird because it was like, so the girl that is so, thinks so low of herself that she is willing to wait for him to have this experience, and then join up with him again, and they're gonna get married. What the hell? Like, so he had a back pocket like relationship. Like, he seemed so genuine in the pods, and he seemed like he was so all for Chelsea, and then this is what he's doing. Like, and he got called out really hard. Like, that's why he even asked to leave the show. Like, you could tell, like, Nick Lachey made him feel like Nick Lachey didn't have to make him feel bad, because he made himself feel bad. Because and also everybody else around him. All the other members, everybody was pretty much there to try to find a real connection, and there he is, like, just being a fake Green Hulk. with 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 acne issues on his face and rosacea and whatever problems he got in his hair, in his head. So that was crazy. But somebody had in the audience a sign. Somebody, I think the sign said someone had saying AD all day. I don't know if y'all have seen that. But then that's when the transition into the AD and Clay whole thing. And apparently they're not exactly together. Um, I wasn't gonna necessarily mention this at this moment, but look at AD. Talking about bean dip, we mentioned bean dip earlier. Um, what is that in her dress? Like, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but is that her nipples through her see-through dress, or is that like some sort of like padding or whatever? Whether it's padding, whether it's brown tape, whatever. Honestly, it is very, very inappropriate. Once again, 80 is being extremely inappropriate and leading with her body once again. She's overdoing it. Clearly doesn't believe she's beautiful. She absolutely does not think that about herself. Um, and I'll say this too, by the way, guys. I know that I noticed I looked at my last video that went slightly viral for a super small channel like mine. I think I got like up almost 2,400 views or something like that for a little minor channel like for me. That's a lot. And I looked at the analytics more importantly, and 100% of the viewership came from women. So no men watch the video. So it kind of shows that only women are watching the show primarily, and male reviewers are kind of a rarity in this space. Of course, I've seen other male reviewers doing this, but we are a rarity. But even some of those other male reviewers, they're not honest. They're not honest. They're pandering to the female audience that they undoubtedly have. But I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything just because my viewership on my Love It Is Blind videos are primarily women. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth is I think 80, honestly, she is not in the same class as Clay. She's punching above her weight. Um, she she looked all right. I'm gonna give her. She looks overall. She looks decent tonight. She doesn't look as bad as she looked at the on the season on her season 6 during the show. But again, it was a slit in the dress at the wedding. No, she has. I don't know, and then now we see the way the whole. I didn't understand where the bean dip comment came from, but now as you can see her areola all on. I don't know if that's her areola. I don't know. I'm gonna assume that's not her areola. That's some brown pattern, but it's still inappropriate. It's still highlighting the headlights. You know what I mean? She's the only one that's doing that there. And by the way, while we're on it, let me show you here on the Instagram. Let's because this on the Instagram it shows all the people's everybody's dress and how everybody's thing. Who looks the best to you? You notice, now people have slits, right? But it's appropriate to have this such a split. Now, this split is I think this dress looks pretty dumb. She looks kind of this looks like a paper like the dress is made out of paper. I think she looks the best. I think Amy looks the best. Oh my god. Fuck this bitch. This banana chin fucking looking fake fucking Megan Fox manipulative annoying hooker. But yeah, I'll give it to Brittany. Brittany looks really good. You see, everybody's now bringing out the splits. You don't have such a high ass split where you're showing your coochie on your wedding day at the wedding. You know what I mean? That was very inappropriate of AD. But if I had to rank the girls, I'm gonna say I think Amy looks the best. I'll even go ahead and say Brittany looks second best. I will give honestly in this okay, I'll give her third. She don't look good in this picture, but throughout the reunion she looks good. So I'll give Jessica third. I'll give I'll give I'll give 84th. And then yeah, I guess fifth is the last place. So I'll definitely give Chelsea fifth place on that. But but yeah, that dress and even underneath here, look at her legs. You could see all her panty line. So while the show didn't show it, I'm sure that when she turned around, you could see all her butt, all her ass. It's like through the see-through dress. It's too salacious, too erotic. It's like it might it's just not right. She's always the last time it was her eyelashes, her bug eyes. Now it's like she's just leading with sex, and that's her problem. And maybe it's not her fault. Maybe because of the fact that she didn't really grow up. I think because her father died. I don't know if because I don't know what the relationship, how she grew up with her father. I don't know, but a presence of a father would have told her not to dress like this, But anyway, that how America is trying to silence men in America and stuff like that. But yeah, man. Anyway, let me continue. Let me see. So one of the hottest questions is when Vanessa asks, "Do you still see yourself with Clay potentially?" And that was super wild because she was like, she closed her eyes for like 2 seconds. Then she looked slowly at Clay and she was like, "Next question," which is like, oh my God, she really would consider going back with Clay after all this embarrassment. She still is saying that she would go back with Clay. And then they asked Clay the same question, would you go back with would you date AD? And he said he lies and he says 1000% sure he would do it. Like this fucker at this time, like honestly, Clay, this was probably my thing. I think that was his lowest section, him lying about him saying that he would go back and date her. It's a lie. And then throughout this, you get to see 80 is rubbing. I should have snapped a picture of it, but 80 was rubbing Clay's leg, like stroking it back and forth. I'm like, 80, what is your malfunction? Keep your hands to yourself. Why is he allowed to sexually assault Clay on national, international, intergalactic TV like it's nothing? And it reminds me of the just to go on a tangent. No, I probably need to make a video of itself about the teacher, the female teacher, who had sexual relationships or had sexual relationship with 21 male students from age 12 to 17, and she even got pregnant by one of them. Like, and she's probably gonna get a slap on the wrist. Like, why is there no why is there no sort of like accountability for when women do like negative stuff? Like, if a man can't just be rubbing on a woman's leg like that, like they would say, "Oh, you sexually harass me, you this, do that." But when she does it, and I also noticed other people on other couples, they did it too. And why are they allowed to do that? You know, I'm sure he felt uncomfortable with that. But yeah, she was like, when let me see, I think Clay was saying something about like, oh, she was the love of my life. And then she was like, no, and everybody was like, oh my God, this girl's so crazy, man. But yeah, Clay's basically, he cried during his PR speech. And I was like, damn. And even Nick Lachey was kind of like, even Nick Lachey was kind of like, kind of like vibing with him. Like, I was like, damn, Nick Lachey. But Nick said he applauded Clay, and the audience claps for Clay, and I gotta give it up to him. What a stellar performance, man, from Clay. And then the host asked, what about your parents? The conversation with your parents. I thought this was the best part of the at least the most spiritual and deepest part of the show is Clay's response, talking about mentioning black men from broken families. It was a very poignant moment that of the show, and Clay PR'd the hell out of it. Let me see. I think I even have. I think I noticed that even here on Instagram on the page they have something from Clay. Let me see, just so y'all can see it in motion as well. Yeah, it's all the way up here, right here. So you can see, so it is very documented. I didn't watch Love is Blind before they joined the show. Actually, it's very funny when I see Edie and her mom. They put on Love is Blind season 4. I was referring to Brett. I thought that Brett I felt like he did everything. He said all the right things. He just personified as a good black man or a good husband. Not even black man, just a good husband. And I just look at him and I was like, so he basically applauded and basically let me see.
My own way, and even I'm not
Fair
even
use,
happy with
fair
that comment,
use.
but the compliment is that I do think Bray is a stand-up guy, and I was just looking and thinking of that sense.
We're lucky to have.
Yeah, so fair use. I just wanted to just show that clip, at least that thing. Brett feels good about it. This was an amazing moment. Like honestly, guys, it's in this moment where Clay is basically kind of looking like Martin Luther Clay, Malcolm X Clay. Like he's looking very, very good. Even the way his posture is in his seat, and you can see Trevor's not Trevor, Brett's response right there. Um, very good. Look at him. He looks like Malcolm X. He just looks so good. Like I'll be honest, like he really like shined in this moment. This was like a whole, paradigm for black men in these kind of spaces. They never talked about like black men and how their interactions are in relationships, and certainly not in the show and their parents and stuff. And for him to see Brett as a model, and then you could see here, I think his girlfriend, his fiance or wife name is Tiffany. She said that she also respects what Brett has done, and he's doing a good job. And it's good that Clay is able to see it. Black man to black man, I'm humble. That was my favorite part of the show. Yes, the most toxic moment was of course the whole pick me fight between SarahAnn, Laura, and Jessica, and a little bit of Chelsea. But this was my favorite moment. I don't think AD deserves such a um, you know, stellar person, to be honest. She's low class, and look at him. Look at him. That's all I gotta say. Um, but yeah. So to me, that was very good. So now we get into the viewers' questions. I wonder if I even have. I don't think I have that, but I'll just go here or whatever. Actually, let me see if I can find. I might have. Yeah, I might have something, at least something for y'all to see. Or whatever. Basically, they get into the viewers' questions and they ask the people on the couch to basically ask those questions. And the other pink Chelsea in the top right corner, who's with Kwame from a past season, asks Jessica, about letting her daughter Autumn watch the show. Um, she kind of gave a long-winded response, but honestly, who cares whether her daughter watches the show? Her daughter actually is almost as tall as her, and she looks like she's probably like 16 at this moment. So at this point, like she can watch the show. I mean, at least if Edie would put away her her body parts, then maybe kids could probably watch the show. But then Gigi asks from the audience couch, he asks Johnny and Amy, I'm confused. Were condoms not an option? So they had that whole little moment. And then Alexa from the audience couch asked SarahAnn. She said, I mean, she says, so SarahAnn has gotten a lot of to hear for her DM she sent. But Chelsea, I have a question for you. What do you think about the conversation Jessica and Laura had when they met up at the bar? Do you think it was inappropriate? So it was kind of a blasé response. Then Tiffany from the audience couch, right there in the front row, she asked SarahAnn, so does Jeremy share his location with you? And apparently he does. Then Micah from the audience couch asked Jimmy, what do you think about Chelsea sharing your little secret with the world? And apparently his friend Jimmy is pissed at him for mentioning it in the pods. Um, so yeah, I mean, that is what it is. Then let me see. Let me see if we can get to. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that this whole stupid video here with right after the nice poignant moment with Brett and Clay having that moment, they kind of transition to this. Like, who cares about Amy and Johnny doing some stupid crap in the kitchen with their ugly, cabinetry in the background? Like this was probably the lowest moment I would say of the whole reunion show. But yeah, anyway, let's see if we can get to something next. Um yeah, that's when they ask all the people the questions. Look at how he's sitting. I mean, look at his posture, how he's sitting back, which is very different when you look at Kenneth, the guy who's with Brittany, the other black guy with the little long twist in his hair. He's like slouching forward. But look at this posture. He's like so upright. You know what I mean? His foot crossed on his other leg. Like, this guy is literally like a mixture of Malcolm X with the speech of fucking Martin Luther King. Like, he's just. I know he's not perfect, and I know I'm holding him to a high standard. But honestly, this picture right here, and look at AD. Do you guys not truly think AD is ugly? Like, does does she deserve a king like that with her bean dip nipples out like that? Disrespecting the very nature and foundation of what a family and a wife should look like. Does she look like how somebody's mother should be? No. So I really hope they don't get back together. I hope he's just like, I think he's lying about it. I think he's gonna go find him a super real baddie with real hair, real lashes. Um, yeah, and doesn't have to leave it her body all the time like this. So that's just what that's. You're probably gonna see a lot of pictures of Clay, because Clay and AD. I don't think this ugly. Look how her head looks like an alien head. You know, and a lot of people hated that I said that she got bug eyes, but she got alien eyes. She got frog eyes, frog face. She knows she's not pretty. And that's why she leaves with her body. Otherwise, she wouldn't, guys. Her actions literally speak it. And I don't care that if there's a lot of women watching this shit and y'all gonna hit the dislike button. I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all. Y'all don't like hearing the truth. And then it's not just to harp on AD. I think Chelsea was also another shitty person in this show, and yeah, the whole show, not just the reunion, but the whole show, because her line about looking like Megan Fox when she has a ugly banana chin, and she kind of looks like a man, and misleading Jimmy so that he could pick her over Jessica was a shitty thing. And they did touch on the topic a little bit, but they did not like they didn't bash her for it. Like, and they need to make a new rule saying that nobody can lie about their physical appearance. You can't make like, blatant lies like that. Or else you get paid, you gotta pay a fine or something. You know what I mean? So I think that was very shitty of her too, being a ugly ass, long face, white and long face, you know, pick me, insecure. She herself call herself insecure as well on the reunion show. I think it's like damn. She also doesn't deserve Jimmy. Just by looking at them together. She also does not deserve Jimmy as well. She had the worst dress. What the hell is that she's wearing? What is that fluffy shit? That would have probably looked better on Megan Fox than it would on you. But yeah, man. But yeah, so like I said, Vanessa did ask her about it, but I felt like she manipulated Jimmy into that. Then guys, they ended up showing Zach and oh yeah, I'm sorry, I just have the pictures or whatever. My pictures and my notes are out of order, but they had this whole thing about how long the chat was between Jimmy and Jessica. He said it felt like 10 minutes. It really was freaking 2 hours and 13 minutes. They had a whole hour and 22 minutes into the day. Then it took a break for 8 minutes. They came back, took a whole nother, whatever, until the total time was freaking 2 hours and 13 minutes. So for him to say 10 minutes and say what he said on the other talk show or whatever and kind of, and then she left it, he lied. So Jimmy, you got to take some flack for that. You completely lied about that. You cannot say 10 minutes and then she walked out. That was bullshit. That is bullshit. And the receipts are there. The receipts are absolutely there. Um, so let me see if I can get to, yeah, here it is. The little clip of Zach and Bliss's baby shower on the screen. You gotta admit, Zach looks hella fat and he looks stressed. He looks stressed. I feel like he doesn't look like he's taking care of himself. And I don't think this is the dad bod. This is not like dad bod, whatever. I think he let himself go because honestly, I don't think he really wanted to be with her. I think the show might have sort of forced him to get married, and now he has a baby. He's not really smiling. Even when you listen to the speech, the baby shower speech, he sounds awkward. He didn't know when to stop. Then he had the mic up to his mouth. Then he put it down. It was awkward, and he is not happy. He's not happy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it. This guy is not happy. I don't think he wanted to have a baby. I don't think he wanted to live this life. This is why it's extraordinarily important for men to speak up. Be like, look, if you don't want to get married, you don't like this person, you don't think she's pretty, because she's not a pretty girl. Now, granted, she is pregnant, but even before her pregnancy, Bliss was always kind of fat. Her face is kind of ugly. I'm sorry, her face fucking ugly too. I think on his season, the other love interest he had probably, I think she was also ugly. Yeah, she was also ugly too. So they're putting a lot of ugly girls on the Love Is Blind show, man. So, but he got himself in a pickle, and he was not strong enough like Clay to be on, like at least halfway honest, to kind of somehow meander and sneak his way out of the situation. I recommend guys just be honest. Tell a girl, look, you're ugly. I don't want to be with you. Fuck you. And go find you a hottie, a nice one that you deserve. You know what I mean? Because look at him. Look at him. Would you want to be him? live the rest of your life with somebody you don't want to be with. I don't think it. And this is the thing. Y'all are gonna say, "Oh, you don't know that he looks happy. He's this, is that." Men can't speak. Men cannot speak up. Look at all other male reviewers. They're all gonna pander to the women, the female audience, because they're a bunch of pussies. They're a bunch of pussies. And it's just what it is. They want the clout. They scared for the channel to get demonetized. They're scared for this. They're scared. They're scared. They're scared. Um, that's wild. I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. I'm here to tell y'all, like honestly, she's not. She's probably a fucking. She's let's give her a 3.8 out of 10. And I don't think he want. That's why he looks stressed. He looks fat. Anyway, let's get on to the next because I don't want to harp on this too much. Um. So yeah, the Brittany and Kenneth. Yeah, I talked about that. Um. Yeah, they for some brief moment they had Colleen and Matt in the audience. Something about doing ballet. Nobody cares. They bought some townhouse. Um. Yeah, and then here's the whole Alexa Brett situation. I mean Alexa talking to Brittany about Brittany and Kenneth, and it's wild because all the way like to the last damn near 15 minutes of the show, they finally get some kind of airtime. Even Brittany is kind of like exclaiming like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy we get to talk." Um and honestly, like I don't even think I want to waste my time on them. It's just that Brittany says, who cares? She didn't. The only thing that was kind of interesting about this is that apparently they didn't have sex during their trip in DR. And Brittany said, I didn't want to have to feel like I have to test it out. Unlike AD, who had to, test her car before she drives it. AD, again, man. Y'all can't, like, even the people in the comments are shitting on her too, man. So y'all can't come for me, man. But there's a part where I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit to where Matthew gets into the picture. Yeah, there's her ugly ass. There's their stupid ass townhouse or whatever. Whoever these people are, I don't even know who they are. Where there was a hidden conversation between Matthew, the Jeffrey Dahmer looking guy, the serial killer murderer type looking dude, and Amber, the other Amber from apparently she does medical device sales. Um, it was kind of frigged up what he said about not wanting, not necessarily wanting to, if I understand it right, not wanting to be with AD. I presume that because she couldn't meet her father or some shit like he couldn't meet her father. He couldn't get her father's hand in marriage, some shit like that. And then he went to AD and told her in the pods something. He kind of said the same thing, like I can't wait to be. I don't see myself with anybody else except you. He was just playing everybody. He looks like a fucking idiot. Um, but yeah, let me see what else here. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because now that we get into this, um, they kind of talk to AD about would you about how she saw Matthew on the outside in the real world, and they had 2 dates. And it's kind of crazy because she keeps looking back at uh at Clay, and Clay is like puts his hands up like he's Pilate from the Bible, and he's like, "I wash my hands of this. I have nothing to do with this. Like this is all you, you know." Again, look at these. Look at this. Why the headlights? Why the nipples or tape or brown tape or pad or what? Like that's that is not tact. That is tactless and jarring, and it's annoying. She doesn't know how to be a woman, a class woman full of class. It's really bad. Really bad. It's a real black. It's a real bad look on black women, and I think that a lot of these black women that go on these dating shows, they need to what is Love is Blind, Love Island, um, whatever, Perfect Match, whatever it is, whatever show, Too Hot to Handle, whatever show it is, love, whatever dating show, like try to be like, try to be, because honestly, it's not looking good. Like just like Clay had said, we're from broken families, and this is breaking up family. I wanted to say this from my last review, that if you notice something, the statistics that the Clay and 80 section of the wedding on the show, it proved two negative statistics of black marriages. That number one, black women are the least married, right? And that number two, that black couples have the highest divorce rate. And that is depicted by Clay not marrying 80, lowest black women being the lowest married, and then his father, Clay's father, I think his name is Trevor, and his ex-wife or Clay's mother, Margarita, that they have the highest divorce rate. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? And then again, now seeing her like looking like this, I think it's a super big L. And y'all wonder why people don't want to get married. People don't want to, it's like, damn, y'all the fucking reason. Anyway, let me see what else we got here. But yeah, she also went on a second date with Matthew, 80, where he cooked her rice and chicken. But then apparently their supposed romance fizzled out. Since he's a very disciplined guy, he always watches the clock. He does everything to the minute and the second. Then I think apparently things turned to I'm sorry, Kwame and Chelsea, the other Chelsea, right here on screen, where apparently she Chelsea's gonna be helping with the casting for Love Is Blind, and apparently it gets her to travel a lot and be more free spirited. So this is really big for them. Kwame says that they're going to Hawaii tomorrow, and asks Nick if he will be coming home in Hawaii, if he'll be there in Hawaii with them. And then they went to Izzy and Micah, and apparently they'll be on the next season of Perfect Match. And I think we have an actual cool picture of them on Instagram somewhere, if I could flip and find it. I may not easily find it. Nah, this is just whatever. Let me just double check it. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. It's the nice. They actually have I should have took a snippet of it. Now that I'm going through this, I probably should have taken a snippet of it. But there's some of the pictures of the reunion. Yeah, she looked really good. Amy looked really, really good. Oh my God, this guy looked like such an idiot. And you can see people in the comments. And now somebody said they're praying for his mental health, whatever. Like, fuck, Trevor was lame. Trevor was, for such a strong guy like that, so lame. There it is. There's the perfect match picture. So you got Izzy here, you got Micah here, and you got the stunning Jessica here in the middle. They look great. They look great. Wow. Perfect match. So obviously there was, honestly, it seems like, if you ask me, Jessica was basically here for clout. Jessica was basically here for clout. Like, you know, she's not here for love, dude. I don't think it. She's super hot. If she would have found somebody, she would have found somebody already. She's on Perfect Match. I don't know what they're doing on Perfect Match, because if are they a couple? I I don't I'm kind of baffled by their situation, to be honest with you. Somebody says here in the comments, not impressed with Jess, not sure why you would put her on another show. I actually am happy to see Jessica on another show. I want to see her assets. So definitely I'm happy to see Jessica for sure. But yeah, that's a cool shit right there. Hopefully, and I think this is coming out in the summer. Yeah, it says right here, coming this summer. So maybe about 3 more months, you guys are gonna get to see this amazing perfect match. Hopefully, they give us enough season, and hopefully, it's a banger. Um, and basically, guys, Clay kind of ended the whole, ended up. Oh yeah, of course, Izzy had to have his whole stand-in. He had to get a clap. He stood about him fixing his credit and all that bullshit. Like they should have asked him what his credit score was. I bet you was like under 750 or some shit. He's such an idiot. But yeah, again, just pointing out that Clay is amazing. He did well. And he did not microwave the Gatorade. That was apparently just a reflection of the Gatorade on the glass of the microwave. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, he ends the show with a nice toast. I think he said something about you are not I am not above you, you are not I am not below you. I am right here with you. That was a beautiful way to end the show. Nice toast, very respectful. Clay Clay slayed. Clay slayed the whole, Clay was the man. Clay represented. Um, I think Amy and Johnny, they were signing for the most show, but they obviously the only ones that got married. So they're a big, big W for them. Um, but yeah, man, I mean, what a great show. Lots to look forward to. What was your guys' favorite moments? Here's some of the back of the back scenery, guys. Back of the show scenery, you got you got Jimmy sandwiched between Jessica. Probably you could see her titties are kind of smashing on his abdomen. He's probably loving that. She's probably dying inside that Jessica is right next to him. Look at how long her head is. Her head is like definitely like it's like from here to here. It's wild. So just some other pictures. I think this girl is Gigi, and she brought this guy. She's pregnant. I think she said 5 months pregnant. This is a nice little cool picture with Kwame, Jessica, and the other Chelsea from the other season. Nice picture of these two. And yeah, I think his name is Brennan, and this is Alexa. So yeah, just some, a lot of good backstage stuff, shenanigans was happening before the show started. Um, So yeah, man, everything was really good, man. I mean, this was a good season. I would give it I'd give it a good I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Fuck it. I liked it. I liked it. It was very dramatic, very insane, but yeah, it was really good. Anyway, I'll go ahead and end this right here right now, guys. Until next time, please put your comments for now. Put your comments. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And let me know what you guys think. Until next time, Jala.